The Deadpool and Wolverine movie has a secret, and it's bigger than any cameo or fourth wall break. While we were all enjoying the ride, Marvel quietly laid the groundwork for the entire future of the MCU. Buried in the dirt of a desolate wasteland is a single tiny detail that does more than just tease the future. It basically predicts the entire plot of Avengers: Secret Wars. This isn't just a fun nod, it's a roadmap to the next multiversal saga, and today, we're breaking it down. First, let's set the scene. The TVA snatches Deadpool and dumps him and Wolverine into a place called the Void. If you only know the Void from the Loki series, you'd think it was just a misty purple wasteland at the end of time where the TVA tosses its garbage, all ruled by a giant cloud monster named Alioth. It was their cosmic garbage can, a final destination. But Deadpool and Wolverine reveals the Void has evolved. It's no longer just an empty space, but a sprawling patchwork planet forged from the scraps of pruned realities. We see vast deserts stretching into horizons of broken skyscrapers, dense forests growing over the ruins of forgotten Asgardian settlements, and the skeletons of entire cities, all stitched together like some chaotic, multiversal quilt. The film makes it clear that this isn't just a junkyard, it's a functioning, albeit broken world. Entire societies have carved out an existence here, from Cassandra Nova's gang of villains to a determined resistance of hero variants. This place isn't just a wasteland anymore. It's a living, breathing world, a battle world. That transition is the first critical piece of the puzzle. The famous 2015 Secret Wars comic storyline, which the next Avengers movie is adapting, is centered on a planet called Battleworld. In the comics, this planet was created by a godlike figure who took the scraps of dying universes and forged them into a new, consolidated world. The parallels are undeniable. Deadpool and Wolverine didn't just reuse a location from Loki, it consciously evolved it, transforming a temporal trash heap into a believable foundation for the MCU's version of Battleworld. It's a world made of forgotten worlds, populated by survivors from erased timelines. The raw materials for Secret Wars are no longer a theory. They're right there on the screen. If transforming the Void into a proto-battleworld wasn't a big enough clue, the filmmakers left what might be the most blatant Easter egg in MCU history. As Deadpool lies on the ground in the Void, the camera gives us a clear shot of a comic book half buried in the dirt right next to him. That comic is a real-life issue of Marvel's 2015 Secret Wars. More specifically, it appears to be issue number 5, which prominently features Dr. Doom's shattered mask on the cover. This is not a casual nod. Placing a Secret Wars comic book physically inside the very location that functions as a cinematic battleworld is like an architect leaving a blueprint at the construction site. The shattered mask of God Emperor Doom on the cover is even more telling, symbolizing a struggle for power and the eventual downfall of a tyrant, the central theme of the comic's plot. The filmmakers are directly telling us that this place, the Void, is inextricably linked to the coming of Secret Wars. The evidence is further compounded by the other artifacts littered across the Void. We see a classic winged helmet from an old Thor comic, a different version of Captain America's shield, and most tellingly, the giant, toppled 20th Century Fox logo, a hilarious and meta confession that a defunct movie universe has been pruned and dumped here. Each of these isn't just a fun cameo, it's another piece of evidence. It proves the Void is where entire universes, from both the core MCU and other film franchises, go to die. And from those deaths, a new world, Battleworld, is waiting to be born. So, we have the location, a proto-battleworld, and the blatant confirmation with the Secret Wars comic. But how do we get from the chaotic wasteland in Deadpool and Wolverine to the massive, structured event of Secret Wars? This is where the rules established in the movie become so critical. The Secret Wars comic event required a catalyst, a character powerful enough to seize the remnants of dying realities and forge them into a single planet, which he then ruled as a god. In the comics, that character was Dr. Doom. While the movie doesn't introduce Doom, it perfectly sets the table for his, or a similar figure's, arrival. It establishes that a vast, malleable landscape made of dead timelines is sitting there, a blank canvas waiting for a powerful and likely villainous artist to give it shape. All this primordial chaos needs is a reality-bending architect to step in and give it structure. The film even gives us a proof of this concept. Cassandra Nova has already carved out her own territory, which she rules with an iron fist. Elsewhere, a resistance of heroes, including Elektra and Blade, holds down their own corner. These aren't just random clusters of survivors, they are the seeds of Battleworld's future warring kingdoms. They prove that the Void can sustain these separate, self-governing factions, which is the core political concept of Battleworld. This setup provides the MCU with the perfect mechanism to finally unite characters from every past Marvel franchise. The Fox X-Men, the Fantastic Four from their older films, even Nicolas Cage's Ghost Rider, they can all logically exist here. The MCU no longer needs to invent a complicated, universe-hopping reason for their appearance. The answer is simple. Their timelines were pruned, and they landed in the Void, the future battleground for the next multiversal war. With Battleworld's foundation now laid, where do Earth's mightiest heroes fit in? The multiverse saga has been defined by the threat of incursions, the violent collision of entire universes. The Void becoming Battleworld is the logical endgame of this saga, the horrifying result of those incursions reaching their final, catastrophic conclusion. It is the place where everything goes when it ends. When Secret Wars finally begins, the Avengers won't just be fighting a single villain. They'll be fighting for their very survival on a planet made of pure, weaponized chaos. The groundwork in Deadpool and Wolverine suggests the heroes will be pulled into this terrifying landscape that we now know already exists, the Void, newly reformed into Battleworld. It's a world where, as the comics suggest, a T-Rex with a symbiote could rule one kingdom, and a legion of Thors could act as planetary police in the next. The Avengers won't be invading a new world. They will be refugees on it. And who will be there waiting for them? Perhaps the two people who now know it best. Wolverine, having found a new purpose, could be a key player in navigating this brutal wasteland he's already survived. Deadpool, with his meta-knowledge and direct experience with the TVA, could become the universe's most unlikely and unreliable guide through the chaos. This provides a perfect narrative bridge to keep them central to the MCU's main plot, all the way through Secret Wars. They are no longer just visitors. They are now residents of the future battlefield, its first unwilling tour guides. We all walked into Deadpool and Wolverine expecting a hilarious R-rated ride, but we got something so much bigger. The film's deliberate expansion of the Void, turning it from a junkyard into a tangible world of dead realities, is the cinematic birth of Battleworld in everything but name. Add in the audacious placement of a Secret Wars comic right in the middle of it all, and the message is crystal clear. Marvel isn't just building towards Secret Wars, they've already shown us the battlefield. But what do you think? Is the Void our first official look at the MCU's Battleworld? And if so, who do you think will be the God Emperor to rule it all? Drop your theories in the comments below, and if your mind is racing with the possibilities, do us a favor and hit that subscribe button.